Hello, and welcome to the Saturday Happy Hour with Time Served. Many creators can't stand this channel, and you know what? He doesn't give two shits. Because time is in it for you. So if you hate to laugh, think Phil is obnoxious, politically incorrect, and just a dumbass, then please don't watch anymore. There are plenty of hacks creating quote content, when all they are really doing is recording and uploading. Some even told Phil to stop doing what he was doing. So again, time served is not everyone's cup of tea, and he doesn't care. So sit back and enjoy this premiere on the Time Served Saturday Happy Hour.
Solemnly swear from testimony about to give this matter the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. And you may proceed on the warrant.
Your Honor, on June 20th, 2023, at approximately 4:20 a.m., Officer Adam Grove observed Vassar riding a bike in the area of 4th Street and Goddard. Vassar matched the description of an LFA suspect that ran from him earlier in the shift. Officer Grove exited the vehicle and spoke with Vassar. Vassar was unable to provide identification but gave his information verbally. Vassar also advised that he was on probation for possession of methamphetamine. Vassar gave consent to search his person. During that search, Officer Grove found multiple items of paraphernalia with methamphetamine residue and a rectangular-shaped substance consistent with that methamphetamine. Vassar advised that the residue of the paraphernalia was in fact methamphetamine. The rectangular-shaped object weighed 10.26 grams and was field tested positive to be methamphetamine by Officer Grove. Nothing further.
All right, thank you. Examination complaining witness. I find the offense charge was committed, there's probable cause to believe the defendant committed the offense. And good morning, counsel, your appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Chris Pacheco, agree with my client's 70% to the matter being heard via Zoom. As for arraignment, away from reading, my client's is you.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Vassar, your name, please.
Thomas Vassar.
Oh, didn't we just see you just a short little while ago?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
Okay. All right, the court's going to waive the formal reading. And I'm going to give you your rights again, but they may already be fresh in your mind still. You have the right to have an attorney if you cannot afford one. The court will appoint one to represent you. And in fact, you had an opportunity to speak to an attorney today, correct?
I didn't hear you quite. I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't hear all that.
Okay. You have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the court will appoint one to represent you. And in fact, you had an opportunity to speak to an attorney today, correct?
And yes.
You also have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury. You also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing may be used against you in court. Do you understand those rights, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay. The court's going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Schedule this matter for probable cause conference on June 29th at 8:40 a.m. And are you currently on probation also, sir?
I am. I have a court date with 33rd District tomorrow, Thursday at 9:30.
Okay, and that's for possession of controlled substance also, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you were bound over from this court on possession of controlled substance, methamphetamine as well, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it a condition of your bond, and I'm also presuming a condition of your probation in the 33rd District Court, not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed?
Yes.
Okay. I don't believe you have a prescription for methamphetamine. All right, counsel, ask to bond.
Yes, Your Honor. Bond, my client is gainfully employed as a strong family support system. We respectfully request any leniency this court to consider.
All right. And Sergeant Fitzpatrick, would you like to address bond?
Your Honor, approximately 21 days ago, the arrest is the exact same thing that brings you in front of him today. And I'm certain that this arrest violates the bond conditions that you set forth for him relating to that arrest. At his last arrest, he currently had an outstanding warrant from another jurisdiction for possession of narcotics. He's currently on probation for the same charge they issued for today. Additionally, it's not clear if he was in fact the LFA suspect that ran from Oscar Grove earlier in the shift. There's no way to verify that at this time. However, it does appear that his relationship with methamphetamine is not healthy for himself and may have negative effects on citizens of the community as well. With that in mind, I believe $20,000 10% bond may be appropriate in this manner.
Okay, Mr. Vassar.
Yes, ma'am. I did not have an outstanding warrant. It was set for a court date for the third district. I wasn't on the run, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, well, it's possible that a warrant could issue without you technically being on the run, meaning that you failed to appear. It's possible that the probation department would issue a warrant based upon your charge that was bound over. Whether they notified you or not, I'm not sure.
I called them and they told me about the court date, so.
Okay, all right. So, sir, I'm not sure what you're not understanding about not to possess or use it. So, not only have you violated this court's bond, you violated your probation terms, and now you have another felony charge. What was your bond on the matter that was just bound over?
It was 10%. It was $32.50 for both of them. For the one with the 33rd district and the one for here. So that's what it was to get me out anyway.
The previous bond that you set forth in his last matter, Your Honor, was $2,500 cash, $25,000, 10%.
All right. Well, so here's what I'm going to do this time. I'm doubling it this time. You're out on bond from this court on the exact same charge that you now have. You have a probation matter that you also are on probation for possession charge as well. So you're not getting it, sir. You're not getting it.
I have a problem, ma'am. I will say too, this is 10 gram not methamphetamine. It's a piece of soapstone used for marking steel. I told the officer that time and time again. I don't know why they think that's. I did the paraphernalia. I did have that in my possession.
Your Honor, I speak as to the facts of the case right now. Anything he says can and will be used against him.
All right. Thank you. So, Mr. Vassar, your attorney is indicating for you to stop talking at this point. The court's going to indicate a $50,000 cash, 10% bond. In the event you post bond, sir, the court's going to indicate GPS tether, house arrest. You may work with proof shown. That means you can only go to and from work, sir. And I'll say it again. Not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed. All right, anything else, Counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, have a good day. We're going to be off the record, we're still on the record in the matter.
Okay, are you Stephen Allen? Yes, sir. 22-40573 is called. Okay, you are charged here with the third-degree felony of unlawful possession of metal or body armor by a previous convicted felon, which is kind of a new thing here. We don't really have a lot of these. So. The problem with your case is that's not where it ends. This is a third-degree felony, so if convicted, you face no less than 2, no more than 10 years confinement in prison and a fine up to $10,000. But paragraph 2 alleges that you were in 2006 convicted in this court of fraud. And that was a final conviction, a third-degree felony. Thereafter, you committed the offense of illegal possession of a controlled substance and were convicted next door in 2018. So what you're looking at is habitual felon status. So if convicted of all of this and it's shown beyond a reasonable doubt, you're looking at no less than 25 years up to 99 years in prison or life in prison. And that's terrible. But that's what happens when you are not able to conform to the rules according to the grand jury. Anyway, that's what you're looking at. You're not a lawyer, so you need to get some help. So you're doing that?
I'm currently living in a sober living home in Pasadena. I've got a full-time job.
Are you going to hire somebody? Because we just don't give those things away. You get in trouble, you just don't get a free ride through the trial. I mean, some people are unable to pay because they're indigent or they're infirmed, they're unable to work. But you are walking upright and look healthy. Get a job. Pay your way out of this trouble. You got to work it out.
I'm currently working. I've had a full-time job since I got out of the short
Well,
term.
what are you doing?
I work for Royal Plastics.
How much do you make an hour?
Like $14.50 an hour.
Talk to some lawyers to get some help. Are you still on 3685?
That's my mother's address, but I live in 103 Alistair Avenue. 103 Alistair, ALASTAIR Avenue, Pasadena, Texas. 77506.
Okay, I have 103 Alistair Avenue. And the city is
Pasadena.
77506. Your bondsman, what is your bond here? How much did you post for a bond?
I posted a total of 1400.
What is the bond about? What did they set it at?
It was like 46 or 35,000.
Okay.
Had other charges in my account as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You got to figure this out. I'm going to give you 6 weeks to go talk to some people and hire them to get you in the game. If you're unable to come back.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. This is going to take some doing, but you can't run away from it. You got to deal with it. Okay.
When do I need to be back? I'm going to say when I need to be back.
Yes. Unless you hire a lawyer and they tell you otherwise. Okay. Get a resetting from that. Tiona Brown, please. Tiona Brown is next.
Man, only.
Got to follow some rules. You ever been arrested before, man? Huh? Have you ever been convicted before? Is that no? You have to speak out in English. Okay. All right. In this case, 23 CR 97. This is an indictment which alleges that you have committed the second-degree felony of aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury to another person. Okay. I'm looking at, do you see the Probable cause affidavit.
I'm looking right at it, Judge.
It's missing kind of an important thing. I just saw this on speed reader then. Look at, the third line from the bottom of the text, right before criminal offense, assault, third line to the right. It says, as a result of the assault, Landrum lost her right due to the injury. Right what? I guess that's a body part of some sort.
Yeah, it is. I think it's referring to,
Is it an eye?
I believe it's eyesight, Judge.
She was blinded by this event.
Let me double check, Judge, before.
What is her bond here on this?
Her left eye was severely damaged, Judge. That is the serious bodily injury.
Say that again.
Her left eye was severely damaged. That's the
That's not what this
serious bodily
says.
injury. Well, I'm reading one of the reports, Sean.
This says, as a result of the assault, Landrum lost her rights, and then due to the injury. I mean, that probable cause affidavit isn't complete.
It is. I agree, Judge.
What are you going to do about it? What's done about it? I mean, she's being held on something that doesn't make any sense, that doesn't comply with the indictment. All right. That's a problem.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't show this crime in the probable causes. Sloppy. Somebody who wrote that.
2000.
Well, that grand jury's last day is today. I mean, she's accused of serious bodily injury, and how a $2,000 bond for maiming a human being for the rest of their life is appropriate defies any imagination or logic. It's just off the charts wrong. Anyway, this is something this is a mess that needs to get fixed, I think, all the way around. That's it. The indictment says.
I agree. There's
A serious bodily injury, but doesn't allege what the bodily injury is. Just by the cause of the bodily injury, but nonetheless, I don't find $2,000 for blinding a human being is anywhere near. That's terribly off the chart wrong. We're going to sit over there. You're not going for a while. We're going to take up some matters with you. Let me see her. You know, here. Is that it?
Right now.
It looks so pretty. I like her hair.
Okay. What'd you say?
I was talking to your court reporter. You need me anymore, Judge?
Not in this case.
Yes.
Let's see. Kenneth Robinson, please. 23263, Kenneth Robinson. Kenneth Robinson. There's no answer here in the courtroom. I asked the bailiff to call into the hall for Kenneth Robinson, please. I want to know who sent that bond, that ridiculous amount. Thank you. Thank you. Are you Kenneth Robinson? Here in 23263, you were charged with third-degree felony, unlawful possession of a firearm by a previous convicted felon. But what we're seeing all too often here, you're a habitual felon.
Yes, sir.
So you've got a 92 conviction of criminal mischief, a third-degree felony. Thereafter, in 2008, an unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. Really? And then you got another one, like you can't get it straight, that's a crime and we take that seriously. And then thereafter, you are convicted of burglary of a habitation. Okay. So if convicted of all of this, you're looking at no less than 25, no more than 99 years confinement in prison or life imprisonment. You understand? It's serious. So, are you getting a lawyer?
Yes, I only spoke to Jalen. This is the card, Judge.
Well, okay. Anybody can get a card. You got to have a contract signed and then somebody shows up on your behalf. That's the way it works. Or is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Hiring that person?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you're gonna have a seat over there too. Before I decide what we're gonna do with you. William Stewart, please. William Stewart. No answer in the courtroom. I asked the bailiff to call into the hall for William Stewart. This versus William Stewart. Is that you?
Yes, sir.
You still live at 3922?
No, I stay at 501 Myrtle, Simpson, Texas.
Okay, 501.
Myrtle, Myrtle, Simpson, Texas.
Okay, are you gonna be living there long?
That's why I was excited.
Well, it says 3922 Presenius Road in Silsby.
I'm moving from there.
Okay, so you were living there at one time.
Yeah.
You must have been living there
Stayed there about
at least
6
a year
months.
ago anyway.
It's a,
You're charged here with an indictment handed up on November 9th. I don't know why it took 6 months to, probably because you moved. You're charged with the state jail felony of credit or debit card abuse. Using, it's less you used a credit card with somebody else's name and identification on it. If convicted, you face no less than 180 up to 280 days up to 2 years in the state jail, and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. Are you getting a lawyer?
it's a,
Huh?
yes,
Who?
I'll get one. I haven't got one.
Oh, you're gonna wait and see if we were really serious about this today? It's always good to have one because you're gonna have to come back now again. But you need to get a lawyer here. You understand? It's important. And I'm gonna give you 3 weeks to hire somebody, okay?
Yes, sir.
Get a resetting and give them that resetting notice so that they know when you have to be up here, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Get a resetting. Joel Touche, 23, already on Justin Hall, please. Mr. Hall, come on.
Hold on, what's your benefit?
You do. Okay, and 23 CR 232, Mr. Hall. We had a hearing, an initial appearance in your case. And I believe Mr. Rennick is your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, you failed your drug test. You've got marijuana in your system. And it is bond condition number 1. You shall not commit any crime. And that's still a crime here in the state. And certainly while on bond, you are held accountable for following the rules. What is his bond amount, please?
35,000.
Your bond is revoked. It is doubled to $70,000. You must have a monitoring device that will test you. And what we we're still using the drug patch, so you're going to be ordered to have a drug patch as a condition of your bond. But my advice is, you're in a mess, and you don't compound the mess by digging deeper with more trouble. That's not the way to handle it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else?
You said my bond is been set for 75,000.
It was 70. It's doubled when you commit a violation of your bond.
And is there
Then it doubles from 35 to 7.
Is there any way to contest this? Because he had to use 2 different tests. He had to use 2 tests to get
Talk to your attorney.
Okay.
But
Yes, Your Honor.
But I'm standing by the tests that we use.
Yes, Your Honor. And bond is available now, though. I'll be able to bond out with the
You have to have a
device.
drug patch.
All right. Yes, Your Honor.
I'd be more worried about trying to abstain from illegal drugs, but
Yes,
that would just be me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else? That is all. You're in custody. Yes, sir.
Can I?
Okay, is this Sieber Gordon? Or is it Gordon Sieber?
We were at Cape Bernal, Judge.
I'm skipping paper and all for just a minute.
Yes, sir.
This is Sieber Gordon. Sieber Gordon is called in 23-41393. Okay. I'm looking at this note here that was received yesterday. Anybody see that? It says my client is set to appear tomorrow. Oh, that was March 21st. He's currently in the Harris County Jail since March 8th. Well, I didn't hear, we don't have anything recently, huh?
No, I think the DA was gonna look and see if he was still in Harris County or.
Well, shouldn't the lawyer, says All right, Sieber Gordon is called. There's no answer in the courtroom. I asked the bailiff to call into the hall for Sieber Gordon, please. Hovering out of 351st District Court of Harris County, Texas. So if you're found guilty of this third-degree felony of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon in paragraph 1, it can be enhanced to a second-degree felony punishment by paragraph 2. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So you're looking at up to 20 years in prison. That's serious. Are you getting a lawyer?
I can't afford one
Why not?
because I'm not on another bond.
Huh?
I'm not on another bond. You have to count,
For what?
guns law.
What do you mean gun charge? What does that mean?
I'm not two charges.
Well, a gun charge, what does that mean? There are a gun charge. There is no such crime as a gun charge. Huh?
Another felony possession of a firearm.
Oh, like this one you have?
I didn't have that one.
No, is it charged like this one you
Yes,
have?
sir.
Okay, when did that happen?
90 days ago.
Well, give me a day.
I can find out.
Was it this year?
Yes, sir. It was like March, I want to say like March 13th.
You're so you were arrested,
Mhm.
and then I guess a gun was found or something?
Yes, it was found in the bushes.
And then you were charged with that?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna need, there's gonna be a couple of things you've got some. You need to fill out an affidavit of indigency
Mhm.
so that we can get somebody appointed to represent you. And your bond here is $15,000, I believe. It's
But on
if the court verifies that you were arrested after you have posted this bond, you've got a problem with this court.
this one.
Yeah, because committing a crime while on bond is a violation of your bond condition. And you posted a bond back on August 20th of last year. If you're being arrested after that, then there's probable cause to believe you've committed a bond violation. So
I was in contact with my bonding office, bonding company.
I don't think I'm the one that sets the bond amounts. And what the court normally does is doubles. If you commit a crime while on bond, then I will double the bond. It's 15, it's going to get doubled to 30. And you're going to have to deal with that. But that's the price you pay for not following the rules. And bond conditions are very important to follow. So fill out an indigency form so we can get an attorney appointed for you.
Yes.
First. So over there, you're going to be held in custody, and also we'll have to take care of some things before you can be released. You're in custody right now.
Can I make a call? Because I have an model.
Man, sir, you just follow what the bailiff tells you to do. That's what you need to do. Thank you. All right, next is Austin Reed. I'm sorry, Kate Bernal. Kate Bernal. Is Ryan Gertz your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Where is he? Do you know?
I hired him yesterday. They
All
were gonna
right, have a
resend
seat,
me.
then we'll call him up and try to get him up here. He shouldn't have forgotten if it was just yesterday.
I-
All right, Austin Reed, please. Austin Reed is called. 23178. There is no answer here in the courtroom. I asked the bailiff to call into the hall for Austin Reed, please. Senegal, Mr. Senegal, did you get a resetting already? Is that pink document? Okay, you're clear to go. Thank you. And the court, finds defendant meets indigent qualifications.
Right here. Yeah.
Okay, you're Austin Reed.
Yes, sir.
Do you have eye problems?
Yes,
Is that a prescription?
they're just tinted. Yes, sir.
Sir?
Yes, sir. The prescription just tinted.
Okay. What is your eye,
I can vaguely see you from here.
sir?
I can vaguely see you from here if you want me to take.
What do you know what the number of, is it farsightedness or nearsightedness or
I can't remember. I can't see far.
do you operate a motor vehicle? Is that yes? So you have to have those to drive. Is that right? But can you see 20/20 vision with those? All close to it?
But I can see everything clear.
Okay. Have you always had this problem
Yeah.
since birth?
Okay.
Since birth? Yeah, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, you were charged here, Mr. Reed, with, let's see. In 23-178, an indictment which charges you with the second-degree felony burglary of a habitation. You see, are you the attorney on this one for the state?
I am, Judge.
Did you see the indictment? What's the name of that charge?
With an intent to commit felony? It's not a habitation with an intent to commit theft, Judge.
Well, do you see what it's called?
I do. It just
What's
cuts it
that?
off. It just cuts it off. It's only allowed a certain number of characters in the.
I mean, it's not a word. Y'all just leave, y'all just let it fly? Or
Well, I don't think.
on a formal charge of a.
Personally, I don't have a ton of control over that, but I think, yes, they do just let it fly.
It just says burglary habitation, INTEN.
Well, it gives the code citation.
Oh, okay. Close is good enough for government work. Is that your, yes.
Sometimes.
It's only 20 years for this guy. It's, so we're going to play horseshoes.
Fair enough.
Well, not necessarily. Anyway, you're facing a second-degree felony in spite of what this is called. I'm reading it. It looks like burglary of a habitation, whatever this other fraction of a word that is left out there that's meaningless and should not confuse you. But if convicted, you face no less than 2, no more than 20 years confinement in prison and a fine up to $10,000
Yes, sir.
can be assessed. So that's serious.
Yes, sir.
So you need a lawyer. Are you getting one?
They said they were going to drop charges.
Who's they? This is the guy that's the prosecutor and he's shaking his head no.
It was a family matter that I went too far with. I knocked on the door. I let them know who I was and they let me in.
As just maybe I'll stop right there. As a condition of bond, you shall have no contact with the victim or anybody associated with the victim. So maybe you ought to just stop talking.
Yes, sir.
Because y'all don't handle that outside the government's involved now. So you've got to follow the rules. You just don't get yourself in more trouble.
Yes, sir.
Because you need an attorney, at least for the time being. Are you trying to hire somebody?
Yeah,
Are you able to hire somebody, I guess is the, are you employed someone?
yes, sir.
What do you do?
I'm a security guard at Foxford 15-6.
Here in Beaumont?
Yes, sir.
A security guard for the television station? Okay. Is that yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, there are some attorneys in town, you know. You need to talk to some people. And maybe this is the kind of thing that can be fixed. Do you have any other convictions?
Yes, no other criminal history, Judge.
Okay. All right. Well, you need somebody to guide you through Yeah, it's like you're lost in the woods. A lawyer helps find your way out of there before you fall in a hole. So I'm going to give you 30 days to talk to some lawyers, 4 weeks to talk to some lawyers and we get somebody in the game to help you. Okay. Maybe this is one of those that can be fixed early. I don't know. But get a resetting. And if you hire somebody, make sure the lawyer knows about that. Okay. Just get resetting from that later. Thank you. Yes, sir. Jadrian Bass. Jadrian Bass is next. 23-41393. There is no answer here in the courtroom. I ask the bailiff to call into the hall, please, for Jadrian or Jadrian. Jadrian Bass. Jadrian Bass. 22-39492. Oh boy. You can't wait forever. So what have you done? Who have you talked to?
I think it's right.
Who?
I think it was, I have his number in my phone. I think it was right. I have it written down, and then I talked to another one yesterday. I just
Wait, did you say right?
I think it was name.
Right, Killer?
That sounds right. And then somebody just said he just got arrested.
Wait. Right sounds right.
Right.
Is his name right?
Right.
Is right. Yeah.
Yeah. But then somebody said he got arrested. I don't know. So I didn't know. So I was like looking.
Might be Kimbler using another name.
What is going on? Why are y'all looking funny?
There is a Rife Kimbler, R-I-F-E.
Oh, okay, maybe not. I don't know.
Did he try to say his name was right? Is that what he's trying to say?
I just heard that. I don't know.
He's trying to.
I'm just gonna call him again.
All right. Nobody's ever called him that.
But he said, well, so when I talked to him over the phone, they said that I had to come up to his office and talk to him over the phone. Because
is he in Nederland?
They said, I can look it up. Can I pull my phone out and look?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Because you need somebody to help you.
Yeah, but somebody said that he wasn't a good lawyer. So I'm just initially actually jumping into it.
Wait.
Getting one.
Wait,
so I don't know.
that again? What?
Somebody said he wasn't a good lawyer. Then I was like, oh no, you're making me nervous. I shouldn't say that.
I can't believe that sort of.
It's pure saying
That sort of comment about an attorney.
Okay. I always took a screen for that a second.
You have a lot of numbers in there?
I was just actually looking at my puppy pictures when he called me.
Well, I mean, we are looking for a name, right?
Yes, I was.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where it is right now. I'm so nervous. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so you don't know where it is? All right, that's all right. Well, you're supposed to meet with that person and.
You have to go to his office and talk to him. They told me to call
Okay,
back
well, you need to get somebody in the game. Okay, yeah, is 4 more weeks going to be good?
Hope so.
All right, there we say.
Thank you so much.
All right, sir. Benjamin Fullerton, please. Rolf Orsono,
Yes, sir.
German,
Listening.
sir?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Let's see.
Now you're looking around. Huh? This morning you were German?
I say good morning.
Yes. Good morning. Wie geht es Ihnen?
Not that one.
Es geht mir gut.
Yeah.
How are you doing? It goes good with me.
Wait. Here.
I took 2 years of German. What can I say? All right. This is second degree felony of aggravated assault and what did you say?
Trial. Yeah.
Set for trial. Larry Hebert. Yeah, same old thing here. Y'all, whenever everybody bucks up on a trial, it's always somebody's palled up with each other here. See if that guy wants to try this case or not. The complainant. But you know, you're not supposed to have any contact with the complainant. Good. Nor anyone on your behalf.
No.
All right. Because that's what we have a lot is people become buddies again, which is okay. Just we want to know so we can move on with our lives on other things.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, get a resetting. Oscar Patel. Oscar Wego. Auf Wiedersehen.
He's outside, Joe.
Okay.
There's some other disposition.
Patel? Mr. Patel? Hi. Are you Indian or Pakistani?
India.
Oh, Kia ale.
Yeah.
Shukriya. I've worked up on all my languages.
You're doing good.
I think that's Urdu. Isn't it? Kia ale. Shukriya. That's it. You're charged with this third-degree felony of driving while intoxicated. Are you still driving a car?
I have a device.
But you have a device. That's important.
Yes.
Okay, because if you got in trouble again driving while this case is pending, we'd have to probably put you in custody until this case is finished. So don't, follow the rules. Okay. All right. How long?
Just a normal 5 weeks.
5 weeks. We're going to reset this 5 case and for disposition.
Yes, sure.
Okay. Thank you. Please get a resetting. Thank you.
For one of those, which was negative for alcohol, but all the rest of them had no retest, the most recent one being on June 14th. It is concerning, obviously, because this case involved alcohol. His drug tests have all been negative.
Is Mr. Foster still with us?
Yes, I'm with you. Yes, there's a lot of background noise. I didn't want to.
Yes, but your picture's missing also, and you're here for sentencing today. You can mute your device, but you need to stay on the screen, sir. All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Ronna. So it's concerning, obviously, because alcohol is at issue in this case. And going back to the recommendation, he does have another OWI case that is currently pending with the pretrial later this month. So obviously that was the court's ruling with respect to him serving any jail time as a result of that. But I just wanted to make sure that that was on the record as a concern from the people. The people don't have any issue with the recommendation itself. My concern is, I understand Mr. Foster wants this. I think most defendants wants their matters to be over with, and whatever that means as quickly as possible. But my concern is that Mr. Foster is continuing to accumulate more cases that he wants to resolve quickly. So I think that my concern is not that he isn't taking this seriously in a way so much as he doesn't even comprehend what he needs to do to not commit offenses.
Thank you. Mr. Foster, is there something you would like to say before I sentence you, sir?
The clip he talks about, this is before, like, when I got arrested for that, I had never been in front of a judge. Like, I had never spoken. I haven't got any documents or anything. I just waited on my blood to get that. I haven't committed an offense with you soon since I've been dealing with this.
You saying you haven't committed any new offenses since you've been dealing with this court?
Yes. They brought me from Wayne County to Washington off, and that's when I started with Washington. It all started, both counties started on the same day.
I think the concern is, that is a part of the concern, obviously, if you were already in the system, so to speak, and then you had a new offense while you were under probation or a bond, but that's not the case. The concern is that you committed this offense on July 21st, and then in the interim time period, you committed another offense, both of them involving drinking and driving. So the concern is that you either have a severe drinking problem that would put you in jeopardy and putting other people's lives in danger, or that you have a complete disregard for the actual severity of your actions. So those are the two concerns. And I appreciate that you weren't on bond at the time that you committed the new offense, but nevertheless, it is a new offense. So this court has extreme concerns about whether or not you're going to follow the orders of the court, especially in light of the fact that it very clearly told you that you had your one bite at the apple and you still missed 5 additional testings.
Speak down.
It's up to your attorney.
Go ahead, Jalen.
I take it serious. I apologize. And I just ask if you give me mercy. You won't see. I'm gonna finish everything I gotta do on time. You're gonna see on the review. Then I'll be out there.
Judge, would the court consider a scram tether? I did talk to Jalen about that particular issue. He stated that transportation to and from was one of the difficulties that he was facing.
All right, sir, it's the sentence of this court that you served 93 days in the Washington County Jail, credit for 2 days served, 91 is suspended, 5 days of community service, 12 months on probation, fines and court costs in a total of $695, $30 per month in probation oversight fee, complete an assessment at community corrections and follow all recommendations, sign a release of information. You are to attend the MAD Victim Impact Panel, complete the Armed Highway Safety course within 90 days of this sentencing, meet with probation when and where directed, including any and all home visits, no use or possession of alcohol, marijuana, illegal drugs, or drug paraphernalia, and no being in the presence of anyone using or possessing those, no use or possession of any firearms, firearm components, ammunition, or other dangerous weapons, and no being in the presence of anyone using those. Drug and alcohol tests at any time is ordered by probation or police. And I will order the scram tether. Attend 12-step meetings 3 times per week. I'm going to allow you to have 2 of those be well, I'm gonna do it backwards. 1 in person. We'll do a review on September the 19th, 2023. At 10 a.m. I am also noting here, if you miss another test, well, we don't have to worry about that just yet because you are going to be on scram. But if you go back to testing and you miss a test, sir, then I will have you arrested. Understood?
Yeah.
In Your Honor, that would apply to scram violations, tampering, or consumption as well, right?
Correct. All right. We're all set. You need to contact the probation department this afternoon tomorrow morning after 9 a.m. so that they can schedule a time to go over your probation contact with you, okay?
I got a question.
Yes.
Do I need to contact community corrections right now, like for the stamp?
You
Is
do.
it a time limit I need to have it on?
Within 48 hours.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Mr. Mota, how are you this morning? You feeling all right?
I'm pretty good.
Okay, I'm real worried about you because when I read while you're back in jail, I'm a little concerned about how you're doing. Do you feel like you can make decisions this morning?
Yeah, I can make decisions.
Okay.
I say it's because they don't want me to go back to the house. They're always putting trespass. They're always setting me up to go like they don't do that to anybody else except for me. I'm saying that they're always putting trespass.
We were provided with a disc. At this point, we're not able to view what is on the disc. So I would need an adjournment so that I can coordinate with the prosecutor to see if we can get a working copy.
July 5th, 2023, 9 a.m.
I have a question.
Okay.
I mean, we've adjourned it like 3 times and this is, 93-day misdemeanor. I've already served 90 days in jail. And, I was just, we've adjourned it two times and they haven't provided the video. I had a letter I wanted to read to you and if we could get it.
Ma'am, Miss Williams. So you're being held on other matters. So because of that, and because of the fact that you wanted to see the video from in the store, I think it's in our best interest to adjourn so that we can receive that video, given that you're already going to be in custody. And this case itself is not going to extend your time in jail.
Right. I completed the Don Farms in jail program. I thought I would be released after that. That's why I was
considered for release.
Okay.
Okay. So
can I read this letter?
I would advise you not to at this point. I'll come meet with you and see if we can clear things up. Okay. We'll see that if you're able to be released on your other cases, I'll make sure to coordinate the bond in this matter for you. Okay.
Right.
Ma'am,
Yes.
was there something that you wanted to tell the court? I just want to let you know that you haven't been held. You may think you may have been in jail more than 90 days. You haven't been held on this case more than 90 days.
Okay.
Okay, so I need you to know that. Okay, so you don't have that much credit on this case.
Okay, I didn't commit the crime, but I was under the impression that after Don Farms, I would be considered for release, which I completed that yesterday, and I just had a letter to read to
Okay,
you.
hold on. I got you. But let me just ask you this. You got other things holding you, right?
No, just this case, the other one from which you said I could be released after Don Farms, just for you.
And you are being held on that one presently. The documentation needs to be provided to the judge for consideration if he'll release you on that matter. So he has not made a determination in that case yet.
So then do I have a bond on this one if he does release me?
That's what I said. If he releases you on that other matter, I'll make sure that this case is updated appropriately. Okay. But since right now you're still being held on that matter, we don't want to change anything in this case.
I provided it yesterday, but okay.
And hopefully you'll hear back soon.
So then I can't read this to the judge then?
Given that I don't know what it is that you're trying to state, I think it's safe not to.
You didn't come to see me in the 2 weeks. Like other people's lawyers come and see them 4 or 5 times.
Well, we're still waiting for video.
And then I'll have been here over 93 days, so why don't I just squash it out and be
You,
done?
ma'am, no, you won't. You will not be on this case. You have not been held over 93 days.
Okay, well, I didn't, okay.
Maybe what you ought to do is listen to your attorneys. She's trying to tell you that there's another matter. Once the Don Farm comes in, we'll take a look at that. If you're released on that one, she's going to coordinate it so that this one doesn't hold you.
Okay, thank you.
So you need to let them do their work.
All right, I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Let's call the cases of the people versus Aaron Fromm.
Said it was my paperwork, but then sent somebody else's paperwork to my email.
Tell this story anyway, Aaron.
But yes,
Can you
I'll
just
contact you.
call and make sure that we have the correct information?
Absolutely.
And I'll follow up with you to resolve these.
Not a problem.
Okay, we all good?
Yes, sir.
July 9 a.m. Where's your Zoom invite indicates?
Sir, you cut out. July what?
5th.
July 5th. Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Good day, Your Honor.
I'm trying, thank you.
Me too.
The transportation car, or if it's something
Oh,
else, Judge.
okay, all right. Well, by the time she get, ma'am, I need you to sit up because we can see all in your chest area. Let's sit up straight. All right. I ain't say spread your arms out. I just said sit up straight. Ma'am, stop doing that. Stop.
Telling you
Ma'am, stop. I didn't ask you what you were telling me. I'm telling you, you don't need to spread your arms out to tell me that you're sitting up straight. I have eyes. I can see. I know the difference between leaning forward and sitting up straight. Because when you're sitting up straight, then we cannot see what we saw. So if you just follow the instructions, that's all. That's all that's necessary. Okay, I'm ready on Patrick. This is case number.
It won't let me.
Please say your full name, Ms. Chappelle.
Paige Chappelle.
Give me 1 second, Ms. Stevenson.
Can you hear me? Because it still says I'm.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It just was saying.
Give me 1
muted.
second. All right, today is the day set for review. According to Ms. Tucker, Ms. Chappelle has completed most of the terms and conditions of her probation, and she still has to complete 4 sessions of anger management. She was placed on probation for 1 year in November. Ms. Stevenson?
Your Honor, Ms. Chappelle has actually gotten some updated information, I believe, from eBay, Your Honor, wherein she actually has her final anger management session to complete next Wednesday. She is at this point already eligible for early discharge, Your Honor. So we would just ask that rather than having the matter continue to the 1 year point, that the court set the matter at its convenience to a point where Ms. Chappelle could be discharged from probation early.
Does Ms. Chappelle have on a white t-shirt, Ms. Stevenson?
So, Your Honor, unfortunately, I have about 2 or 3 people who look like they're having white t-shirts on. Yes, Judge.
And
Yeah.
so what happened? They didn't go change them?
So I didn't ask Ms. Chappelle to. She just is in a new house. I don't know if she knows where her clothes are.
You know where they are? They in the closet or in a drawer?
I'm working right now, actually.
Chappelle,
Well,
ma'am,
let me
I'm
say
going to
this.
ask you not to say anything,
I don't care
ma'am.
if you working. I don't care if you working or wherever you are. You were supposed, you come to court. So the fact that you didn't take off work, that's your issue, not mine. But when we come to court, we will be appropriately attired for court. We will be appropriately attired for court, or I will not hear the case. That is as simple as that.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay, so the fact that she is at work, that's her issue, not mine. And so what were you saying before I got distracted about the fact that I'm holding court with the person who's not properly attired for court?
Yes, Your Honor. And I apologize for that, Your Honor. I really was probably moving faster than I should have been moving and didn't address that appropriately. But what I was asking the court to do is set this matter at a point where, at the court's convenience, where Ms. Chappelle could avail herself of an opportunity to have the probation terminated early. Her 1 year date would be in November of 2023. But again, she's indicated she only has one last anger management session to complete, and that that'll be done on Wednesday.
Mr. Flanagan, do I have reviews July 20th in the afternoon, correct?
Yes.
How many?
State your name, sir.
Mr. Neely,
Yes, sir.
before the court, charged with aggravated battery. And again, I don't want anybody to cancel me or anything over this, but I'm just going to read what the paperwork says. On a pregnant female. I'm not saying that a non-female can get pregnant. I'm just saying the paperwork says a pregnant female victim. Also before the court on a failure to appear for arraignment on a possession less than 20 grams of marijuana and paraphernalia. You understand the charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, I find that you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
No, sir.
All right. Ma'am. I know. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Y'all live in the same place?
That's my sister right there.
Hey, I'm talking right now. Chill out, Mr. Neely. Let me talk to her. There you go. I'll stay apart while this is pending. Can you stay apart while this is pending? Okay. All right. No, you don't talk to me about dropping charges, but you talk. I'll tell you. You're fine. You're fine. You talk to the state attorney's office. Yeah. Yeah. You talk to the prosecutor. So you know where that is? It's like a block and a half. Yeah. We'll talk to you after. Just stick around for a few minutes. We'll give you the 411 on what to do if you want to go talk to somebody about it. All right, but you understand I've got to order for y'all not to have contact while this is pending, okay? All right. Mr. Neely.
Yes, sir.
You're charged with a felony because yeah, it's a felony because your sister's pregnant. That makes it a felony. So you need to be aware. So I'm going to pre-trial release you on the felony aggravated battery because obviously she wasn't hurt. Seems more embarrassed than hurt. But still, it's a lot of foolishness.
Yes, sir.
For y'all to be going through, okay? But now
Yes,
on the
sir.
failure to appear for arraignment, you got a $2,500 bond. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So show up Friday. Even if it was me, I would write it out and stay through Friday, and then work that case out, and then get pretrial release, and then you can show up at the pretrial release office. Okay. That's if it was me.
I'll
I don't
explain
mind,
it.
I don't mind circle sandwiches.
I'll explain.
All right. July 13th at 9 o'clock on the felony. June 23rd at 8:30 on the misdemeanor. Circle sandwiches don't bother me. I like them. It's that cheap peanut butter that I don't like. That stuff is nasty. You got to roll it in your hand. Anytime you got to roll something in your hand to loosen it up so you can put it on the bread, it's not good. That is not good. No bueno. Yeah, the peanut butter can.
I'll pay y'all back. I'm ready to go.
My man said, I am not.
I'm cool.
He said, I am not baloney or
want
butter.
Cup on there.
Peace.
All right. Is this Mr. Herrera?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Herrera, you're for the court charge of possession of meth, possession of paraphernalia, and driving license suspended revoked as a third or subsequent offense. You understand the charges?
You understand what you're charged with?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, sir. Based on your application, I find that you do qualify for the services of the public defender's office. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. So you have an attorney now. Deputy, criminal history?
Locally, nothing but child support since 9, except for some VOPs. I'm here at DWLSR 19 and the VOP times 2 and 18, but he has a hold in place also.
All right, Mr. Herrera, I'm gonna put monetary bonds on you so that you get credit for the time you spend in the Bay County Jail. Bonds at 5,000 the meth, 1,000 paraphernalia, and 5,000 on the DWSR. Your court date on all these cases will be July the 17th at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Come on, Judge.
Over here.
He's in a hurry. He's in a hurry to get somewhere. How you doing, Mr. Bailey?
I was. Come on.
You all right, Mr. Bailey?
Yes, I'm doing good today.
What did you
I'm
do?
sorry. My shirt was, my hands were inside my shirt.
You good now?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
All right. Mr. Bailey, you're fully court charged of possession of counterfeit driver's license, possession of less than 20 grams of marijuana, and possession of paraphernalia. Do you understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change. You can reapply later. You also have the option of hiring your own attorney or represent yourself. Any question about these options?
No, sir, I understand.
Where are you from, Mr. Bailey?
Jamaica.
Uh-huh. Is marijuana part of your religion? It's close, isn't it? No, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything else. The public defender's office is going to go crazy if I get you to answer that on the record. Even though they don't represent you, they're going to go nuts. Don't say anything.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Deputy, criminal history on Mr. Bailey? Please tell me it's nothing.
No.
Good. Mr. Bailey, I'm going to release you on pretrial release because, quite frankly, I don't think these charges are going to last. I mean, the pot may, but it's going to be a misdemeanor. But that
What is you doing?
Y'all are, what's wrong with this shirt? Do y'all get this?
I had my hands, I was cold, so my hands was inside of my shirt. No, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out.
He's got a t-shirt.
There we
He's got
go.
an arm through a t-shirt, an arm through an undershirt, arm through an overshirt.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
Y'all keep it so cold over there, the man can't even stand around.
Yeah.
JT, what's going on over there?
Oh, just some clothing issues. I think my pants are.
Miss Fambro is having too much fun today.
That's Steve. Step over.
Hey,
Did she clear?
July 13th at
Okay.
9. July 13th at 9. Oh my gosh, did I check? I know I wrote it. Did I check it too?
State your name, sir.
Pretrial
Why we
release.
get way down there? Go ahead. The others are locked down.
Who's this?
Demetra Smith.
Okay. Mr. Smith, you're fully court charged with possession of more than 20 grams of marijuana and possession of paraphernalia. You understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. That's true?
Yes, sir.
All right. Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. Any question about that?
No, sir.
Deputy, criminal history?
He shows no history with no social.
Dad? Yeah. But you got nothing. You got nothing. No history. Okay. Yeah. He's got one? Okay. We may not have it with him. Okay. Hey, Mr. Smith.
Yes,
Hypothetically speaking, I don't want you to answer, but when you get out, you need to get a copy of your marijuana card. If you got a medical marijuana card, you need to get that information to the prosecutor as soon as possible, okay? All right. Court date's gonna be July 3rd at 9 o'clock, pretrial release. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Step to your right. Next.
I'll be here tomorrow before 9 o'clock, just to sign in with the, on this floor outside. No, he does. You don't have to do nothing. Yeah, I'm not requiring you to do a thing except provide her, which I've got a feeling you're gonna do anyway. This is Mr. Thomas.
State your name, sir.
And then,
Oh. John
14.
Doe. Book him in as everything. Oh, Mr. Kramer, how you doing? I know.
yes, sir.
Garrison? Okay. Mr. Kramer, you're fully court charged of battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting officer without violence. Can you understand those charges? This isn't going to go well for you. All right. Boogie board on over. Bond set at 15,000 on the battery on law enforcement officer, 5,000 resisting. Court date's going to be July the 17th at 9 o'clock with pretrial release.
All right, you can step to your right for your copies. Next. I'm gonna have to translate loudly for him. Say your name.
You know what?
Say your name. Yes, I told it. Your name.
My name, Mr. Thomas.
Mr. Thomas, you're fully court charged of lewd and lascivious exhibition. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey. I'm talking about a serious charge. It ain't no joke.
No, you're right.
And tell him I'm not a transit either.
Yeah, he's not.
Okay. I understand he's been given copies of paperwork and advised of his rights. Is that true?
Sam.
Were you? Of your rights.
I got to get.
Rights.
You gave me this here, I read that, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Based on his application, finally he does qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender.
But they know this is a serious charge that I'm charged with, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
serious charge. All right.
And,
Criminal history?
It goes back to 2002 locally. The last charge was a tamper with evidence and 21 unarmed burglary and 20. Mostly drug, petty thefts.
Bond set at 50,000. No contact with the alleged victim or anyone under the age of 18. Court date's going to be July the 17th at 9 o'clock. Is that right? July 17th? July 13th at 9 o'clock. I apologize. What I get for trying to go fast.
2,000.
I really only mess up when I go
What?
slow.
Yeah.
You said it was a serious charge. I'm agreeing with you.
Is there any way y'all can get, I can't get through on the phone. It's saying my PIN number not working.
Sieber.
Bird.
Yep.
In the morning,
He down there.
I be able to see him when I get there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go over there.
What am I signing?
Your copy. Next.
Roger on Reddit.
Say your name, sir.